Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to be talking about something I think is pretty universally appealing.
Oh, yeah.
Music and
Abstract.
self-esteem.
Two of my favorite things.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all love music and we all want more self-esteem.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Right, exactly. So we're going to take a deep dive today. We've got tons of great sources.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, and we're going to be covering everything from like classical music to inspirational pop to even Beethoven.
Ooh, I love Beethoven.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this one.
It should be really, really cool. So one of the things that the research talks about is that certain genres of music can actually create a mental space for self-reflection.
Yeah, that's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, how does that work?
Yeah, so how does that translate into like better self-esteem?
Right.
You know?
Well, think about it like this.
Okay.
With classical music, you don't have any lyrics.
Right. Yeah.
You've got these really complex compositions.
Yeah.
It allows your mind to kind of wander and to process your emotions, without any distractions.
Okay.
And that kind of self-reflection, I think, can help us to really identify our strengths and our weaknesses,
Oh, interesting.
which is essential for building genuine self-esteem.
Oh, so it's not just about like relaxing.
Right.
It's about understanding yourself better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got like classical music on one end of the spectrum, and then on the other end we have something like inspirational pop,
Yeah.
which is basically just like screaming at you.
Yeah. You know what you are? You're strong.
Believe in yourself.
You're powerful.
Yes.
You can do anything.
Yeah, you go, girl.
Exactly. And sometimes we need that,
Yeah.
we need that direct message of encouragement.
Total.
Songs like Roar by Katy Perry or Stronger by Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah,
Those songs directly address themes of overcoming self-doubt.
totally.
So it's like a pep talk set to music.
Yeah, it's like a cheerleader in your pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it can be so effective, especially when you're feeling down on yourself.
Yeah, and speaking of empowerment, we can't forget about soul and R&B.
Oh, absolutely.
Such a rich history there of overcoming challenges and fighting for equality.
I mean, think about Aretha Franklin demanding respect,
Yes.
or the message of unity in I'm Every Woman by
Mhm.
Chaka Khan.
Yeah.
These songs were born from communities facing real struggles.
Yeah,
And that resilience is woven into the music itself.
totally.
When you listen to those songs, you're tapping into that collective strength.
It's interesting how all these different genres tackle self-empowerment in their own way. Like with
Mhm.
hip-hop,
Yeah.
it feels like it's more about overcoming adversity.
Right. Rising above your circumstances.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Oh, such a good example.
Right, it's all about like facing your fears head on.
Pushing through those challenges.
Yeah, and hip-hop really gives a voice to the marginalized.
Yeah, to those who've had to fight for their place in the world.
Right.
And that message of resilience can be so empowering no matter who you are.
So it's like music is giving you the tools
Yeah,
to overcome any obstacle.
it's like the soundtrack
Yeah.
to your life.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of soundtracks, I have to admit, when I'm feeling down, nothing pumps me up like some good old motivational rock,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
There's something about that driving beat and those anthemic lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
They just make you feel invincible.
Yeah,
It's primal, it's energetic,
totally.
and it just taps into that universal desire to overcome.
Right.
Think about Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Oh, yeah.
It's an anthem for pushing through tough times.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, it does. But it's interesting, though, because sometimes it's not about feeling invincible. Sometimes it's about acknowledging the struggle.
Right.
Right.
Being okay with not being okay.
Yes. And I feel like that's where genres like indie and alternative music come in.
Yes, totally. Indie music, with its focus on personal narratives and emotional vulnerability, can be so powerful for building self-compassion.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that everybody goes through tough times.
Right.
And it's okay to not have all the answers.
Right, like Florence and the Machine's song Shake It Out.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about releasing negative energy and embracing imperfection.
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect.
Right.
You know,
to be worthy.
to be worthy of love and acceptance.
Absolutely.
Especially self-acceptance.
Which is a cornerstone of healthy self-esteem.
Exactly. So we've gone from like facing our fears head on with hip hop to embracing our imperfections with indie music.
Yes.
And now I feel like we're moving into a space of like finding inner peace.
Right.
With things like ambient music.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
These genres work on a physiological level,
Okay.
calming the nervous system,
Yeah.
reducing stress, allowing for deeper self-reflection. And that fosters a sense of inner peace, which is so crucial for self-compassion and overall well-being.
So we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from like facing fears to, embracing imperfection to finding inner peace.
And we're not even done yet.
Yeah.
There's a whole other side to this exploration.
Yeah.
Where music isn't just about introspection. It's also about letting loose and celebrating, the joy of being alive.
Okay, so that sounds like a perfect segue to our next part.
Yes.
But before we get there, why don't you leave our listeners with a little something to ponder?
I would love to think about this. What song always boosts your confidence? And why do you think it works for you?
Ooh, good question.
Hold on to that thought.
Yeah.
And we'll continue this exploration in part 2.
All right, see you then. Welcome back. I'm curious, did you come up with a confidence anthem?
Oh yeah, I bet our listeners have some good ones.
Yeah, so last time we talked about all kinds of different genres.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
Right, how they impact self-esteem. But now I want to get into the actual music itself.
Oh yeah, let's dive deeper.
What are the specific elements that make music so impactful?
Okay, well, let's start with rhythm.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
everyone feels this,
Yeah.
Think about the driving beat of your favorite workout song,
Oh, yeah.
or the pulsating energy of a dance track.
Makes you want to move.
You can't sit still.
Yeah, totally.
And there's a reason for that. When we hear those strong rhythmic beats, our brainwaves actually start to synchronize with them.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's called entrainment.
Okay.
And it can have a huge impact on our mood and energy levels.
So the music is actually influencing our brain activity.
It's pretty amazing stuff.
That's wild. Okay, so it's not just the rhythm, right? What about the melody?
Oh, melody plays a big role too.
Okay.
Think about those soaring melodies in inspirational pop,
Yeah.
or the soulful bluesy tunes in R&B.
Yeah, they kind of make you feel hopeful.
Yeah, they evoke this sense of overcoming challenges.
Yeah, or sometimes even a little bit of nostalgia.
Right, and that's because melodies tap into our emotional memory.
Huh, interesting.
Certain musical phrases can trigger associations with past experiences.
Oh, so that's why a song that might sound cheesy to one person can be super meaningful to someone else.
Exactly. It all depends on your personal experiences and what those melodies evoke for you.
Right, okay. And of course, we can't forget about lyrics.
Of course not.
We talked about how genres like hip-hop and inspirational pop use lyrics to directly address themes of self-belief and resilience.
Right, it's like mantras set to music.
Yeah.
Hearing them over and over again can really help those messages sink in.
Right, and even when lyrics aren't explicitly about self-esteem, they can still have an impact.
Totally.
Like songs that tell stories of heartbreak or overcoming obstacles.
Yeah, those stories can help us process our own emotions and realize we're not alone.
Right, it's validating.
It's like finding a piece of yourself reflected in someone else's story.
And sometimes it's not even about understanding the words.
Right.
It's about the emotion in the singer's voice.
Absolutely, like Aretha Franklin's Power and Conviction,
Yes.
or the vulnerability in Adele's voice.
Yeah, you can just feel it.
You feel that emotional connection.
So it's rhythm, melody, lyrics, the singer's delivery, it all works together
All these elements combine.
to create this emotional experience.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so we've talked about how different elements of music affect us, but the research also mentions that it's not just about passively listening.
Right, you have to engage with it.
Yeah, actively engaging with music can boost self-esteem even more.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, one of the most powerful ways is through singing.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you're belting it out in the shower or joining a choir,
Yeah.
singing has amazing benefits.
I love to sing.
Me too.
I'm not very good, but
It doesn't matter.
it makes me feel good.
That's all that matters.
Okay. But how does singing actually boost self-esteem?
Well, when you sing, you're using your own voice,
Right.
your own unique instrument to create something beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's an act of self-expression.
Okay.
It's empowering.
Like you're claiming your space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you sound like a pop star or not.
Okay, good.
The point is to let go and enjoy making music.
What about dancing?
Oh, dancing is amazing.
Yeah.
You talked about the endorphin rush. But dance is also about connecting with your body,
Okay.
becoming aware of your physical presence.
Yeah.
And that can lead to greater self-confidence.
I love that. And there's a creative element too.
Totally. It's like a form of play,
Yeah.
expressing yourself non-verbally.
So we've talked about specific musical elements. We've talked about ways to actively engage with music.
We've covered a lot.
Yeah, before we move on to our final part, is there anything else our listeners should think about?
Yes. Think about how you can use music more intentionally in your life
Okay.
to boost your self-esteem.
Like what playlists can we create?
Exactly.
What songs can we sing along to?
Yes.
How can we move to the music?
Hold on to those questions
Okay.
as we head into the final part of our deep dive.
All right, so we're back. We've talked about different genres. We've talked about like the nuts and bolts of music.
Yeah, rhythm, melody, lyrics, the whole shebang.
Right. And we've even talked about how to like actively engage with music.
Get those bodies moving.
Yeah. But now I want to talk about how to actually use all of this knowledge.
Yeah, let's make it practical.
Right. Because let's be real, life can be tough.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right. Like work stress, relationships, just the general chaos of existence.
All those little things that chip away at our confidence.
Exactly. So how can music help with that?
Well, music can be like a superpower for navigating those challenges.
Okay, I like that. A
Yeah.
superpower.
Yeah, it can help you build resilience.
Okay, so instead of just listening to music in the background,
Right.
we can actually use it strategically.
Think of it as creating your own personal soundtrack
Oh, I like that.
for overcoming obstacles.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed,
Yeah.
try putting on some calming music, like classical or ambient.
Okay.
It can help soothe your nervous system,
Yeah.
create a sense of peace.
Yeah. I actually do that sometimes.
You see?
Like I'll put on some nature sounds or some mellow piano music. Yeah, it really helps. And what about when you're facing a challenge that requires like courage and determination?
Oh, that's when you bring out the big guns.
Okay.
Your motivational rock anthems.
Yeah.
Your empowering hip-hop tracks.
Yes.
They remind you of your inner strength.
Okay, so it's all about matching the music to your mood.
Yes. Find the right soundtrack for the situation.
Yeah, and don't forget to sing along and dance.
Absolutely. The more you engage with the music, the more powerful it becomes.
Okay, this is all making sense. But music isn't just a personal experience. It's also a way to connect with other people.
Oh, yeah. Music is a social glue.
Right. It brings people together.
Think about going to a concert.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's singing along to the same songs.
That energy is amazing.
It's electric.
Yeah, and those shared experiences, they boost our mood.
They reduce loneliness,
Yeah.
strengthen social connections.
And having strong social connections, that's good for self-esteem, right?
Absolutely. We need to feel like we belong.
It's not just about the music itself. It's about the community.
The people who share our love for certain artists or genres.
It's a powerful thing. Wow, this deep dive has been incredible.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
I feel like I've learned so much.
Music is truly a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Use it wisely, use it intentionally, and let it help you create a life filled with joy, confidence, and resilience.
And maybe you'll even discover some new favorite songs along the way.
Always be on the lookout.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.